Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, welcome back to Jonathan's Gamecast. Today, it's a Kerbal Space Program 1.0 bug. Wah, wah. So, I've been fooling around in 1.0, which is fantastic. Just updating some of my rockets, and this one is what I use to get Kerbals most of the time forward and back from my two space stations in orbit. And I've just been updating it for 1.0, and I found a really annoying bug. And I don't know if the guys at Squad are aware of it, but it's something that I haven't been able to get a workaround for. So this is my Jet Soyuz, or Soyuz rocket. It has, in the first stage, it has 8 of the Rapier engines around the outside, and 1 Skipper engine in the middle. And so these are quite efficient after launch while they're still in the atmosphere at lower altitude. They burn really well, which is great, and without using a lot of oxidizer until they run out of oxygen at higher altitude. Obviously these are air intakes, so it has oxygen to burn, and they should in theory be sharing all of the fuel with this Skipper engine here. Because what we've got is we've got fuel lines going from here to the outside, and then from the outside back into the middle. So that's great. That's all fine and good. That works. But what I'm having trouble with now is that after this engine here loses most of its fuel, loses all of its fuel in this tank here, and most of these are gone, there's actually fuel flowing through this decoupler and through that decoupler to these engines still, which when they're in rocket mode, even though there's a decoupler there, it still seems to be flowing through, which is very frustrating. And I thought it was, maybe it's just with the way, because these were originally a bit closer and they had different decouplers, and so I completely rebuilt the entire rocket part by part. I thought it was maybe an incompatibility error with or something with 0.9, but no, that's not it either. I rebuilt pretty much all of it to the way it was before, and it's doing the same thing. So to demonstrate, I will show you, and we're going to be joined by Hintray, Patricks, and Lily. Save, and then launch. So just a quick update, I'm using the visual enhancements mod still, so I've got clouds, pretty clouds, and wrong window. Hi! Lily, what's your view? Oh look, it's the KSC, woo! Okay, so throttle up, throttle maximum, open the fuel thing, so launching in 4, 3, 2, 1. Gear up, and then we can lose the gear now. Don't really need it anymore, it's just dead weight. Alright. So far so good. This tank's still full. These ones are... Is that even working properly? They should be... No, that's fine. They're working from the inside out. Yeah, that's fine. That's alright. Our air intake is still at almost maximum. It's just starting to go down now, which is fine. These are still on air breathing modes. Clouds. We'll do a little bit of this thing. brought up the liquid fuel. Then switch the outside ones to rocket mode, which is great. I won't do a rollover, I'll just go straight up. Okay, so... these outside tanks are empty. They're both running on the inside tanks. One's about to run out. In theory, that whole stage should now be finished with fuel. So you know it's dragging it from the center one. There's a decoupler here. And it's about to drive it from that one as well. Yeah, not really ideal. So she's all completely out of liquid fuel, which is painful. We can do this. And ordinarily what would happen in that stage is this one would still have fuel and I'd be able to control it, have a bit more attitude control because of the liquid engine rather than solids. And then once they are done, I would just dump this whole stage. And then this bit here would be able to go around where I need it in space, in orbit. But it's empty. Yeah, that's unhelpful. Yeah, so hopefully this gets fixed soon. It's quite painful because, you know, I use this one a lot and I can't right now, so yeah, not so cool. Anyways, I'll just show you them re-entering because, you know, it's fun. They go, pip pip. Oh, they're not gonna escape. That's good. Not that I thought that was that likely. Whee! Coming in at about 2,000 meters per second. Okay. This isn't really relevant to the era, but, you know. It's still cool. Patrick. Love the new camera shake. And the ablative heat shield. Clouds. Nope. Dark shoot time. Whee! Yeah, so, yeah. That was the bug I'm having. Hopefully it gets fixed. Hopefully they've even noticed it. I don't think there's a way for me to design around it just because the decoupler's not working properly and still fuel feeding. I don't know if that's because of the fuel lines. Yeah. Anywho, happy Kerbaling.